Saturday at her residence. Hansville Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements, which will be announced at a later time. Mr. Elmer Guy Howard, age 86, of Cullman, passed away Friday at Cullman Regional Medical Center. Ma Service in charge. A memorial service and other arrangements will be announced later. Funeral services for Mrs. Alma Estelle Berry, age 88, of Cullman, will be at 2 p.m. tomorrow at Cullman Funeral Home Chapel. Interment in Cullman Memory Gardens. Pastor Larry Duke officiating. Cullman Funeral Home directing. Ms. Berry passed away Saturday. Visitation will be tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. at the funeral home. Those are our obituaries for this Monday, brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home.
Premier Bank presents Today on 2, airing on Channel 2 and live all day long on channel2coleman.com.
And Dennis has grown a beard.
I have.
Actually, sitting in for Dennis today is Joseph Wisner. And we welcome you to the program. You have been working behind the scenes, but now we're going to kind of get you in front of the camera and kind of working out here. But let's find out just a little bit about you. Who are you, Joseph?
Well, I'm Joseph.
Good.
I'm from Cullman. I graduated in 2010 from Cullman High School.
Okay.
But I go to Auburn University right now, and I'm a radio, television, and film major. So for my major at Auburn, you're required to do an internship. So being from Cullman and Channel 2 was sort of the perfect fit. So here I am.
And it worked out great for this summer, but you will be going back to school soon.
I will. This is my last week here.
Okay.
So I'll be leaving. I start school. Classes start on Wednesday. So moving back on Monday.
All right. Are you excited?
I am ready to get it over with. I'm a senior this year, so I'm glad. I love being at Auburn, but I'm also ready to move on. So.
Right. Well, big aspirations then? Are you planning on going someplace out of the state or just wherever a job will find you?
I will go where I can.
Okay. Because you are single, correct?
I am.
No ties or anything like that. So now's an opportunity. If you once you are graduated, then it's a good opportunity to get out there and see the world, huh?
We'll see where I go.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what before we get very far into this, we want to of course check out the weather. So I think you're going to be in charge of that today.
So let's look at the weather. Sponsored by Mitch Smith Chevrolet. Make the switch to Mitch. The weather almanac for today, the high is 92 degrees and the average high is 92 degrees and the average low is 66 degrees. The record high was 104 in 2007 and the record low was 55 in 1930. Sunset tonight is at 7:37 p.m. and sun rises in the morning at 6:06 a.m. Looking at the satellite picture, not much activity in our part of the country, but a little in the Midwest area. And it's still pretty clear over around where we are, so that's always nice. Let's take a look at the forecast. Today will be partly sunny with a 60% chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms and a high near 88. Tonight it will be cloudy with a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms and a low around 70. Tomorrow it will be mostly cloudy, 70% chance of rain and a high near 87. Wednesday it'll be cloudy with a 30% chance of rain and a high near 85, and then the rest of the week it'll be partly sunny with a low chance of rain and a high in the 80s.
All right. Well, it always seems like it rains on the weekends, so
yeah,
I'm not going to, put too much stock into that 20%, but at any rate. And we do, of course, need to acknowledge our Facebook friends. So let's take a look at that, if we've got one today. Do we?
We should.
We should? Yep. Okay, maybe not. There we go. Oh, okay. Well, let's do this first. Let's do the Sweet Tater Festival because we want to remind you that they're going to be in a new location right there at Smith Lake Park. It is going to be Labor Day weekend, Sunday and Monday. This is the 17th annual. So if you've never been, this is a great opportunity to do it. Of course, there are room for arts and craft vendors, and it's a 2-day event. It's just $35 for them. But if you want to go and enjoy the festivities, it is a $3 admission fee, but it is free parking. More vendors with a little bit of everything, sweet taters, of course, and sweet tater pie, snow cones, birdhouses, arts and crafts, all kinds of wonderful activities for the kids, and a great opportunity for mom to do some shopping and dad to fill up on sweet potatoes. So the whole family needs to go, and if you want more information, you can go to that website. We'll be talking about it now till the event takes place, but it's a great event every year, and it is a fundraiser for that area. So anyway, go and enjoy, and hopefully it will be pretty weather that weekend. Now, do we have a Facebook friend? Okay, there we are. Jennifer Kelly is our Facebook friend, our friend of the day. And of course, because she liked us and she's our friend, she is going to win a nice big barbecue sandwich from the Mad Dog guy over in Berlin. All of a sudden, I couldn't remember his name. I'm so sorry. But at any rate, so we like the fact that people like us on Facebook, and all they have to do is just like us, and then they get put up on the air, and then they get a big old sandwich from Mad Dog. Win
a good sandwich.
Yeah. So, and plus have their picture featured on Facebook. So anyway.
Well, who's our guest today?
Well, Mr. Drew Green is here today, and he, of course, is with the Cullman County Museum, and he's got all kinds of wonderful things that he wants to talk about, some interesting facts about some folks that are from Cullman that have kind of, that have been featured in different things, and so we're going to be talking to him about that. And then George is here, of course, with all of this news and stuff. Maybe he has an update on what some things that happened here in Cullman over the weekend. And I guess that's about it for today then, huh?
I guess so.
Okay.
All right, we're going to take a break, and then George will be here with news and commentary. So more on Today on 2 right after this.
At Premier Bank, we are very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
Our news and comment. Well, everyone's wondering how did it go with the prayer caravan Saturday morning from one school to the next. Let's see, they started out down at Garden City, then they went to each of the schools. The plan was to spend about 10 minutes or so at each school, ending during the morning or the afternoon, and then having a 6 o'clock rally Saturday night. And apparently Ted went by there and said there were quite a few, said it was just wrapped up in cars. A lot of support from Cullman County residents. And according to the news media, WHNT Channel 19 reported that there were steps were filled at each school during the prayer caravan. And of course, the Freedom from Religion Foundation could not be reached for comment after the event. Everyone was wondering about that. The news media took comments from pastors of different churches, and it was universal among all of the faiths. I had wondered at the beginning, if churches would be involved in this. After all, Mr. Cullman was just delivering the message that pastors deliver, basically, and that is hope for blessings and on our children and our schools. So, at any rate, we don't know the fallout yet from this. We do know that Arab schools canceled their prayer event at schools a couple of years ago. The superintendent over there stated the reason they canceled is because it just wasn't worth all the distraction, basically. He said that it drummed up a lot of support, though, after all the hoopla, for people to get involved in events like that. And Cullman County did not back down. Don't know the bottom line to it. Mr. Drake alluded Friday morning. Tom Drake talked to us and mentioned that a number of lawyers think that it's a great way to make a lot of money because they're looking at the history of issues like this in the courts and federal courts and judges. And the person who, Roy Moore, because you argued that was an issue, putting the Ten Commandments, down there in the federal building was the same as this. I don't know if you can make that case or not, but at any rate, it plans to be there's probably going to be a lot more publicity and legal issues after this. Also, the Cullman Times had a story this morning. We've talked about this a number of times, but all of a sudden now the Cullman Times is taking an editorial stand on a 5-member county commission. They interviewed the county commissioners and the chairman of the county commission, and their response was basically, according to the Times story, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And the Times is obviously a proponent of a 5-member county commission, and they have come out saying that basically a lot of things can go wrong if you have just a few making decisions. Obviously haven't been paying attention to the Jefferson County headlines, right? When we had, 5 members down there, I think it is, and they're filing for bankruptcy or plan to. The problem with 5 different people is you got 5 different opinions. And not only that, you're spending a lot more money. And why? Because every one of those commissioners is going to want a secretary. They're going to want a vehicle. They're going to want the staff. It gets out of hand. So I don't know. It's sometimes kind of interesting to see the editorial stand of the Times and how they take positions on different things. A Cullman man still at large. Sheriff's deputies in Cullman County say that there was a burglary call last Thursday on County Road 1319. A man had his 4-wheeler stolen. One of the deputies en route to the location to investigate it saw a truck backed up to a shed as he started to pull up to the man's house. Noticed some 3 men acting suspicious. So it turns around to go and park next to them, and one heads out on foot. The others sort of stick around. The other 2 apparently proud of the fact that they were taking a 4-wheeler, go figure why, right? Started to say, well, we know where he's going. So they tell deputies where to find the other guy. When the deputies got to the place, up near I guess it was up near Eva, the man was around a marijuana farm type thing operation, and the deputies had to once again try to chase him down. 37-year-old Christopher Wayne Dutton is the individual, and still looking for him. So you go after a charge of theft, and you wind up with marijuana too. Well, that's a double whammy, I guess. Also, we talked about the prayer caravan. House Speaker Mike Hubbard has said that he will not stop the tradition of starting legislative sessions with a prayer each day. He said it's been that way ever since we became a republic, and he's right. Why would it be right in some places and not right in others? At any rate, it's interesting. They say that it's something we believe strongly in. It doesn't last long. The prayer doesn't. They're not offensive prayers. They even had a Muslim one time give the invocation. I don't know how long ago it's been, 2 or 3 years. But at any rate, some of the Democrats are saying, well, these Republicans talk well and pray well, but we wish they would act the way they talk. Knew that was coming too, didn't we? University of Alabama art student upset with Best Buy. She takes her computer in to have some things retrieved off of the hard drive. The hard drives don't last forever. They're gone after basically a few years. So she wants to pull some things off of her computer, hard drive. Turns around, realizes they've taken nude pictures off of her hard drive. She's a professional artist, model type, I assume, based on the story content. And Best Buy spokesman down there in Tuscaloosa says, well, they're already on the internet. Let's go into a court. In Camarillo, California, the people who do a lot of importing of oil and handling oil saying that the price of gasoline has fallen about 8 cents over the past 2 weeks. I've seen it go down some. I'm surprised because I would have thought it would have gone up toward the end of the vacation season, or I don't guess we're near it, but we're reaching that point. School's going back, into session and all. According to this Lundberg survey president, the individual who knows everything about the oil industry, he says refiners are overproducing gasoline and slashing their wholesale prices to move their products. See, that's the first time I've heard anybody say anything what I consider to be the truth about this situation. If you got too much of something, you sell it for less so you can get rid of it, right? And that's apparently what's happened here. What I don't understand, though, in Cullman County is, and along I-65, if you travel that very much, the Pure station up here used to be the MAPCO. Their price is less than what I see on the freeway. Used to be Love's, and up there at the Decatur exit next to the river, you'd find gas for sometimes 7 cents less than it is in Cullman. But for some reason, it's lower at the MAPCO, or rather at the Pure station. So, not sure how that will pan out. Sure that it'll go up again after a few weeks. Our president apparently has decided that he's not just going to take a vacation without his dog. So what does he do? Sends one of the Marine aircraft to go pick up his dog and bring it to Martha's Vineyard. Those folks spend money like a drunken sailor, don't they? But they want us to conserve. They want us to pay and be patient with Obamacare, but they're exempting Congress from it. This is so stupid, is it, or not? Oh, well. Stay tuned. More today on 2 after this.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room. The best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
At Premier Bank, we take pride in serving our community. We respect our customers, and we've won awards for our ethical conduct. We're motivated to do all we can for you, and we're interested in your banking needs. We're efficient, safe, and sound, and our relationships with our customers are second to none.
At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Welcome back. Now it's time for Know Your Merchants, and we're of course going to give away some prizes and everything. So what kind of prizes are we giving away today?
I think we have a day pass to Hurricane Creek Park, and then a large pizza from Papa John, large specialty pizza from Papa John's.
All right.
So let's try to give those away with some Know Your Merchant ads. Starting with Cotton State Barns of Cullman. Buy or rent to own. They build carports, place sets, utility trailers, storage buildings. No credit check, you're approved. Located on 278 West.
And there's the Mad Dog, Mike's Famous Barbecue. And of course, this is country cooking. He has sandwich plates, ribs, salads, and much, much more located right there on Highway 278 at County Road 747 in the Berlin Quick Stop.
And the crew at Earl's Body Shop reminds you to move over for emergency vehicles. Large and small towing available, local or long distance. Earl's Body Shop.
And parents and teachers don't have to drive miles and miles to get out of Cullman to get what they need. They've got it right here at the Teacher Supply. Leah Hoffpower is the owner, and she's located right across from the Cullman Cemetery.
And the blizzard of the month at Dairy Queen of Cullman is the triple berry brownie with strawberry, raspberry, and blackberry puree, chewy brownie pieces, and choco chunks. You can also get their $5 lunch and upgrade it to a blizzard for $1.
And B-Fit is now open. Of course, it's located right next door to Bernard's Gallery and Gifts, and you can change your life and your body. If there's no contract, it's $50 a month, and it even includes a personal trainer.
And diabetic shoes are now available at Borden Family Pharmacy, located at the corner of Eva Road and Highway 157, the finest quality diabetic footwear, period.
Mr. Hicks Menswear is the Reader's Choice Award winner for men's clothing. He has businessmen's regular sizes, but he also has those big and tall sizes that are hard to fit for those guys. So at Mr. Hicks Menswear, located right there on Compass Way.
And Tires for Less is more than just tires. They have oil changes, minor engine repair, shocks, and brakes. Come see Greg and the guys at Tires for Less. And those were our Know Your Merchant ads. Our phone number is 256-734-7399. And we'll have an easy question today.
Okay, good.
We have an advertiser that's been advertising with us now for a couple of months, and they are located in Berlin. Oh. Who is that advertiser? Once again, our phone number is 256-734-7399. And we'll get to your calls in just a minute. First, we're going to take a look at Money Matters by Premier Bank.
One of my favorite opportunities at the bank is to help customers save money for their future needs. It is important that funds be set aside for future needs, such as retirement years, unexpected medical bills, or many other home purchases or any other unexpected bills that occur. The bank offers customers a variety of ways to save money, such as individual retirement accounts and savings accounts that all pay interest. We work with our customers to help them choose the best option available for them to set aside money as they are able to help provide a comfortable, trouble-free future. We at Premier Bank of the South are ready to serve you and look forward to seeing you soon.
All right, we have a caller, so let's try to see. May I ask who's calling?
Hello? Hello? You still there?
Yes.
Okay.
Gail.
It's Gail? Okay.
All right, Gail. Which of our advertisers is located in Berlin?
Do you know the answer to the question?
Is it Madhouse Barbecue?
Well,
Madhouse Barbecue?
that's not exactly the right answer, but close. What do you think, Joseph? You want to give it to her?
Yeah, let's give it to her.
All right. It's actually Mad Dogs.
Mad Dogs Barbecue.
But that's okay. That's close enough. You knew what we were talking about. Okay. Well, hold on the line for us, okay? All righty. Yes, it's Mad Dogs.
Mad Dog Mike's.
Right.
Yes. All right. And more merchant ads. Auto Tech Repair and Service. They have electronic diagnostic. They do major engine repairs, transmission repair, brake repair, Ford and domestic auto repair.
And Mullins Body Shop. You've counted on them for over 50 years now for auto body and repair, and you can continue to count on them today. Call Sunny, Stacy, Beth, or Jim at Mullins Body Shop.
Brown & Company Beverages. They are a specialty wine and beer store. They have a beer cave, barware and specialty items, and large variety of domestics and imports. They also offer wine and beer tastings.
And Deb's Bookstore, it's your hometown bookstore just down the road where browsers are always welcome. She has gift certificates available. Used books are half price off every day. New books are 20% off right there on 3rd Street.
Night Free Insurance Agency. Night Free Insurance provides insurance coverage for over 3 generations. One of the top 10 growth agencies in the state of Alabama for auto owners. Visit them online.
And Grand Point Pharmacy, by customer request, the Remedy Skin Repair Cream for patients at high risk. Restore skin's natural moisture balance. Grand Point Pharmacy is home of the 2 Old Goats.
Day passes are available at the Cullman Wellness and Aquatic Center. They have different fitness opportunities, including a 6-lane competition pool, full fitness center complete with weights.
And Baldwin Counseling Center. This is Dr. Howard Rogers. He is the guy you need to see if you're having some problems, some issues, whatever. You need to have a conference with him. Give him a call at 256-737-3087. And of course, those were our Know Your Merchant ads. And now I think it's time for the birthdays.
Yeah, we do have a few birthdays today.
Quite a few today. Let me see if I can get through the list here. Maybe not. Okay, shall I go ahead and just try to read them? All right. Rhonda Washburn's going to have a birthday along with Carla Krim, Nick Feldner, Kathleen Camardella, Angie Frost, Derek Schaefers, Glenn Haynes, and Aaron Randolph. Hopefully I mentioned everybody. And, of course, their names will be put into the drawing on Friday where they have that possibility of winning an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
All right, well, we'll be right back with Drew Green from the Cullman County Museum right after this.
Yes, we will.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Fire, accident, storm, they all happen in Cullman County. And for 3 generations, Night Free Insurance has been there for you. Continuing today with Elliott and Westcott Free, customizing your life, home, auto, and business insurance with auto owners. Call Westcott, Elliott, Judy, Tina, Angie, or Karen. Night Free Insurance, where people are the difference.
And welcome back once again. Now we're going to visit with Mr. Drew Green, who is an associate at the Cullman County Museum, and we were talking about that, and Drew just does a lot of different things there.
Correct.
And so you wanted to come today to talk about several different people and so forth, and maybe we could start with this first,
okay.
Right? Okay.
Well, when you called and asked me, I took a stroll through the museum, and I thought of some things that would be short and maybe have a representation. But if you notice this book, this has to do with sacred harp singing. And a lot of people don't know that Cullman is internationally famous for that, because the Denson family published this book, the Sacred Harp Publishing Company in Cullman, Alabama. And we have a singing convention every year at our courthouse. We're one of the few courthouses left where that still happens. It's been happening since 1902, so over 100 years.
Wow.
And some of you may remember Miss Ruth Denson Edwards, who taught at East Elementary for almost 50 years. And her father was responsible for this book.
Oh, wow. And sacred harp singing is something different. It's
a 4-note. They call it participatory singing. It's not for performance, it's for participating in. And they divide into 4 groups, each part alto, tenor, and they call it hollow square, and they have a leader that stands in the middle and they direct. You've probably seen them. This is their motion that they do.
Oh, well, very
good.
I
thought that was interesting.
Yep. What else do we have?
Another thing about Cullman that a lot of people aren't aware of is that we had a battleship named after our county. The USS Cullman was an APA 78. And APA stands for Attack Personnel Auxiliary. It was a large transport ship. It was designed to deliver troops to battle sites. It was commissioned late in the war, so it didn't actually see any action, but it did participate in what was called Operation Magic Carpet, which was when they were bringing the men back home from the war.
Now, isn't this featured on the side of one of the buildings here in Cullman? Okay, so we've probably seen this.
I think it's Perry Warren's over by Carlton's restaurant.
Okay.
And then an interesting thing last spring, when the new Allstate was opening, Matt called us and asked for some pictures. He asked for, old pictures of Cullman, and especially for the Wallace family. This is Irving Wallace.
Okay.
And this is his wife, Lucille. Okay. And they ran the Allstate for many, many years. And for us old-time Cullman people, if you remember when the Allstate was on 31 ground level, when you walked in, these 2 portraits were hanging by the stairs when you walked up.
Let me get her picture in there, too.
So Matt had said, we'd like some pictures, but do you have anything of the Wallaces? And we didn't. So I called Miss Wallace's niece, Benton Buchman, and she said, well, let me check on that for you. And she called the Wallace's grandson, Daniel, who is a professor at Chapel Hill. And then she called me the next day and said, how would you like to have those 2 pictures?
Yeah, fantastic.
And he sent those to us. But interesting note about their grandson. He worked at the Allstake in the summers, but he's also an author, and you may have seen or heard of the book and movie Big Fish,
Right.
which he wrote and based a lot of the characters on people he met in Cullman while he worked during the summer. And this fall, Big Fish is opening as a musical on Broadway.
Oh, very good. Yeah, that's interesting.
And we hope to have him in Cullman maybe for a book signing. He has a new book out.
Okay. So a lot of different things that we don't realize, different people that have come from Cullman and gone out there in the big world and put Cullman on the map then, right?
Right.
Definitely. And of course the museum's open generally when?
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. We're open on Sundays from 1:30 to 4:30. And we just have a lot of interesting things going on. We were lucky enough to have Joseph as an intern last summer, so we started an oral history project where we were interviewing people who had significant memories about Cullman, important memories that we wanted to save, and that's an ongoing process. We continue to do that. We also have recently, in the past year, accessed Ancestry.com, so if you're interested in researching your family, we have that available. It's no charge. We do ask that you make an appointment Monday, Wednesday, or Friday.
Okay, very good. And so people could, and you probably get a lot of tourists from
We do.
all over,
We
don't
have
you?
a lot of tours.
Yeah.
I was kidding when I first came in. We do a lot of what we call step tours, where a group will come in, a church group, a senior group, and we'll actually get on their bus and drive around town and point things out. So.
Okay. All righty. Very good. So if anybody's interested, they just need to stop by and go check it out. I know during Oktoberfest, y'all usually have all kinds of activities that go on then.
We have a lot going on, and we also, coming up next, or closest to us, on August the 24th, is the Farm Mall. So we're going to have a lot of things going on during that period.
Yeah, that's going to be a big event here in
Right.
Cullman. Well, thank you, Drew, so much. And real quick, where's the museum located, just
We're
in case I'm
211 2nd Avenue. We're right across the street from Cullman City Hall, or behind the depot, across from Fest Hall.
Right.
Where all the Oktoberfest activity goes on.
Right. Fantastic. Thank you, Drew, for being here today. Appreciate it. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind. That's the projected number of job openings for trained welders this decade. That's the potential salary for welders trained the Wallace State way with the latest robotic technology for manufacturing. Who will you be? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind.
Now it's time for our community billboards, brought to you by Pepsi and Cullman Jefferson Gas. Be the Match Registry Drive is taking place on Tuesday, August the 13th from 11 to 4. That's at Borden Family Pharmacy. This is a bone marrow drive, so be the one to save a life. Cullman High School reunion class of 1973 is going to be having their reunion, I guess, on August the 17th at 6 p.m. at the Cullman Elks Lodge. It's $20 in advance and $25 at the door. Call Cindy Sparks Ponder at 256-739-6978 for more information. And Sunday, August 18th at 5 o'clock, Wes Hampton will be speaking or singing, I guess, at St. John's Evangelical Protestant Church in the Christ Hall. He is a member of the Gaither Vocal Band. And the Sweet Tater Festival, of course, is taking place on the Labor Day weekend on Sunday and Monday in their new location right there at Smith Lake Park. It'll be bigger and better than ever. And if you have a community billboard you'd like to share with us, you can email it to channel2cullman@gmail.com. Give us a call at 256-734-7399 or fax us at 256-734-7680, or even be a friend on Facebook at Channel 2 Cullman and spell out the number 2.
Let's take one more look at our weather, sponsored by Mitch Smith Chevrolet of Cullman. It will be partly sunny today with a 60% chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms and a high near 88. The low tonight will be 70. Tomorrow it will be mostly cloudy with a 70% chance of rain and a high near 87. Then the rest of the week there's a low chance of rain and a high in the 80s.
And, of course, tomorrow we're going to be featuring Jacob Mullins from Premier Bank will be here to talk to us. So we've got all kinds of great guests lined up for this week, and we hope that you have a great week. And I guess we'll see you soon, right, Joseph?
Yes. Thanks for watching Premier Bank Presents Today on 2.